Okay, is hopefully I can get all this in one video. I'm not sure if I can or not, but we'll do the best we can. Let's see here. We're going to go over the basics here. This is the wiki, if you ever hear that referred to. You can go through here and view literally everything about ships, interceptors. You scroll down, scroll down with your mouse wheel to get select other things. Like if I wanted to select that to view it, it gives you all the stats and maximum level, everything. Interceptors, same way. Capital ships, same way. Now, this is a little different. Weapons, plating, active offense abilities, active defense abilities, and passives. So you choose, let's say, weapons. We go in there. Now we see nuclear laser turret, missile swarm, death cannon. Those are all red. Then you got your purples. And then your greens. Scrolling down, there's your blues. And there's your grays. So this is how you can see, if you ever want to or refer to, wiki, all the different stuff on the weapons and whatever else you want to look at. Plating. Let's see here, go back. Active offense abilities. And the passives. It's also good as if you hear a name, like let's say weapon cooling unit, WCU, you scroll through here and then you can see, oh, that's purple. So I need to decode a purple scheme to a schematic to find a weapons cooling unit. Let's see here. You got your auto burning where you can select different ships, crews, whatever you want it to burn. Same way with the crew. Now over here on the auto select, you can actually turn on and off what you want it to select. There's common, rare, epic. If you just want certain items, you can turn off all items and then turn on each individual item, or you can turn on all items, which everything, crew members, schematics, decoded schematics, all of it, when you hit auto select, will automatically be burned. Let's see here. Now, you can view people's fleets. I'm going to view Petra's, which was at the top there. Went to the leaderboard. Now, I clicked on her center. You click on that there, you see what kind of cruise she's got, or Petra's got. You can also go back, click on CS, and you can view what equipment is on that capital ship, just like it's yours. The only difference is you can't change it, but you can view what somebody else is using. So if you see somebody that you like their capital ship building a rift or whatever, look them up, find them, and view their builds, their crews. Not only their capital ships, but also view the crews, because the crews are just as important. Now, one of the easiest ways to find a person is to know what alliance they are in. Then you can go down, find the alliance that they're in. I'm going to use brown coats, for example. And we'll go over here, click on members. And I want to view Sabursky. Let's see here. There we go. Or Aerosol. You have to add them as a friend. After you have them added as friend, you go over here to friends. Now, I'm going to view Sabursky. I've already got him as a friend. And view fleets. Now, this is also how you can send somebody gifts personally. The alliance gifts. You just find them like I showed you. And then you friend them. And figure out who you wanted to send the gifts to, and then click on send gifts. And then you can send your gifts. Okay. On to the alliance part. Here, you want to actually, depending on what level your refineries are for your alliance, you want to keep these collected quite regularly. This particular alliance I'm in, the refineries fill up about 4.5 hours, so I recommend collecting them every 4 hours. Now, if you click on the upgrade, you can infuse cobalt. This right here is for improving alliance buildings. Now, a lot of people don't realize this headquarters in the center can be upgraded too. And this is where you would infuse the alliance valor. Now, another important thing is, if you're not aware, is on these green ones, we don't use a lot of these remnants to build capital ships, fusing the schematics and everything. It only takes about roughly 50,000 to take a new capital ship from common to immortal status. So, and you'll get tons of this remnant left and right. So what you want to do is you'll click on this transmutate after you click on the remnant processor, and then you can choose which. You can transmutate to cobalt, but why? As you get plenty of that from operations. You transmutate your pink or your blue. Now, it does give you 250 less than the green, but oh well. Is the remnant, the green rods, they basically grow on trees. Now, in operations, you see I got a boost stall. Now, that is very nice, and it comes with VIP. I think it's VIP 4. It's very nice to have, especially if your ally has a lot of operations out. Now, while I'm doing this video, I notice my operations is up, so I'm going to go ahead and send out my operations. And I'm almost dead. Let's see here. Not a lot of options. Okay, it says I can't attack an outpost of that rarity. So I need to come over here. We go to upgrades, and if you notice I clicked on renew, you can renew that every hour. You don't have to wait for this timer to count down. I want to contribute here to get that operations open back up. Now I can go over here and send out my fleets. You click on this send best fleet automatically, and you don't have to click on that continue. It all does it for you, so it's one click. Now I've got something over here. Oh, I got a chest to claim, so there. Now on to upgrades. You enter your Alliance Point Forge. To enter the Alliance Point Forge, all these operations must be opened for being able to run operations on them. And you have to reopen these every 24 hours. It is done by the whole Alliance, so you may not be able to open it, but somebody else may be able to. And once they're able to, then you can do your operations on that color. Now, all of them have to be open to get into this screen, the Alliance Points Forge. In the Alliance Points Forge, you can donate your Alliance points. Now, I've got like 613,000, so I'm going to sit here and donate probably about 500,000. I like to keep a little bit around so that way I can open up operations if I need to and no one's around. Now, you don't have to have enough Alliance points to buy that entire scheme. These are done by the whole Alliance. So, if you notice, there's only 294,000 in the Immortal schematic already. I'm going to put in another 500,000, so I'll put it around 794,000. Someone else will come around and finish it up. So you don't have to have all the Alliance points to be able to buy a scheme right away. It's a teamwork thing to make these. Now see, it just went to 794,000. You can do that on any of them. The common and the rare, there should be no reason whatsoever you should ever have to make schematics in the Alliance Point Forge on rare or common. Okay, the reason being is if you optimize your operations then you're going to get plenty of gray and blue schemes, and some green, and sometimes purple if you're hitting into the Immortals, but you've got to be able to do around 5% damage. Now, if you're hitting at the top of 5% on, say, this green, where it says 29,609,709, if you're hitting at the top of that 5%, you probably ought to go ahead and come over to Legendary and hit here. They'll probably drop you down to, say, 1 or 2%, but the reason why you want to go ahead and go over is the boosts. They not only boost the return time of your operations, your fleet, they also boost the damage on the next time you hit an operation, and it varies dramatically depending on how many boosts you get. You take if you want you take this top number here, 51,000 or 51 million. Okay, let's bring up the calculator. 51 756 500. Now we want to multiply that by 5%. Now, for this particular outpost, to get 5%, I need to be dealing 2. Well, you might as well round it up to 2.6 million damage to get 5%. Now, if you're doing, say, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6 million, you probably ought to go ahead and flip over here to Immortal. That way you'll get more rods and better schemes and schematics too. You never want to be at the top of that 5%. You want to leave yourself room to grow. And it will fluctuate, like I said, with your boosts. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I had that boost all button that came from VIP activation. Now, if you want to activate your VIP, you click on your VIP up here, you click on this little plus, you scroll, and if you're going to buy one, buy the 30-day one. It's 500 credits for it. I don't need it. I've got 36 days, so. But I also get with this, besides VIP 1 through 6 chests, because I'm a VIP 6, and there's a lot of goodies you get with those. I also get speed up of all my ship repairs under 15 minutes. Shipbuilding construction under 15 minutes, speed up's free. 10%, I get an extra 10% fleet plating. I get an extra 5% fleet speed. These do help. But here's where it really helps. 10% bonus code matter collected. That's not only from your resource generators, it's also from operations, salvage, sector, and rift. So I'm getting 10% of all the matter. I get the boost all button for alliance operations, which in my opinion, that right there is worth the 500 credits so I don't have to click 50 or 60 times and I have 50 boosts to give. I also get an increase of 15% XP from all cards, 4% discount on the package sales. Now this is the part I like. I also get 2% bonus with the titanium, selenium, and remnant. You'll also hear these called rods, pink, blue, and green rods. Now, this is nice. I don't remember at what level you start getting the rod boost. Let's see here if I can find it. I think it's 4 or 5. Oh no, it's 6. Yep. VIP 6 is where you start getting a bonus on the rods. But I've been using the VIP activator since VIP 3. Now the way you can upgrade your VIP 3 is by grinding the rift. Then you come over here and you do your rift wheel. Now, best not to spin this with less than 100 spins. I like to save my rift energy up here till I get about 100,000, which is usually somewhere around 180 spins. And I just sit here and spin these while watching a movie. Now the reason why it's best to wait for 100 or better, you get a better chance of getting more alliance points, VIP, schematics, immortal chest, immortal gifts, etc. I think it was under 65 spins, you're going to have more of a chance for more rods. But you get plenty of rods from operations if you run those. Okay, on your base, you want to keep your command center upgrading nonstop. Level 16 is top. And then you want to keep your carbon storage going nonstop. And you got to keep the carbon storage going because it takes 500,000 carbon to do the level 16 command center. And the differences in the levels on the carbon storage, it gets small, it's not much. So you got to keep them going. I've got one at level 55, one at 64, and one at 45. And don't worry about all these other, like the matter extractor and the carbon extractor and all that, because these you can do after you get your command center all the way up and get your 10 fleet bays. Your 10 fleet bays are the main thing you're going to be after, because that's where you're going to get all your rods for your capital ships out of your operations. After you get all that done and you got your 10 fleet bays, then you can come back and start upgrading all this other stuff. I recommend doing your dailies. These are dailies, daily missions, every day. Now, I don't do some of them because, well, they don't mean as much to me anymore. The most important is do this 3-star victory and fleet raid, base raid, planetary raid, upgrade any ships, upgrade any crew member, view a fleet. Well, that ain't really important, but you can, as it helps in when you're getting started. Start construction of, well, XP don't mean anything to me. Same there, but boost an alliance operation. You want these credits. You want these 3-4 schemes every day by boosting cobalt or infusing cobalt in any alliance module. I have gotten the purple and red out of that, so it's worth it. And then to begin decoding a schematic every day. Now, yesterday or today, I managed to actually nail a red one, alliance. These are your salvage modules out of here. So this is actually important. And you also get salvage modules from your VIP when you collect your chests every day. Now, some people don't really worry about doing tier 1 and tier 2 after they get to a certain point, but I still do because I like these tokens. As you can see, what I've done here is your most important. Now, that is your immortal cores, and then you can, wrong one, then you can come over here to packs and immortals and you can scroll on this. I've only got 98 immortal cores at the moment, so I can't buy one, but I will be able to buy one after server reset tonight. And then you just buy, which by doing those rift dailies, even if you can't physically do the rift, let someone carry you to get the dailies. This immortal core pack gives you a chance at a red crew card, red ship, or a red interceptor about every 2 days. This is the Immortalist right next to it. You get more of that, and sometimes you get good stuff out of there. Sometimes you don't. It's kind of a crapshoot. Back to this. One important thing is scroll these salvage modules and see if any needs boosted. You'll know if they need boosted because there'll be a little arrow here and these squares will be black. See if I can find one. You have to scroll down. I found it scrolls best over here on the side. I do wish they would actually put an arrow on there where we could just click on it and it would scroll down. Well, no salvage modules need boosted at the moment. But if they do need boosted, there will be an arrow here and these blocks right here on the bottom will be black instead of having somebody's name in it. I think I've covered the basics that you need to know.